Lego hates the Book of Boba Fett? That's a question that's been on my mind for quite some time now, and I think we need some answers. Hello everyone, it's the Lego Brit here, and in this video I'm going to be discussing why I think Lego has only chosen to release 2 sets based off the Book of Boba Fett. One of which really isn't a Book of Boba Fett set, it's actually based off The Mandalorian Season 2. Of course that's the Boba's Throne Room set, and we got the Mandalorian's N1 Starfighter, which really isn't focusing on Boba Fett at all, it's the Mandalorian ship. So what happened to the whole Boba Fett storyline in Lego? Where is it? Well, that's what we're going to find out. But before I get into that, let me talk about some context. So the Obi-Wan Kenobi series is the newest Star Wars live action series, and since that started and then finished in June, Lego has already revealed 3 sets based off that series, being the Obi-Wan Kenobi and Darth Vader Brickhead set, the Obi-Wan vs Darth Vader duel set, and the Inquisitor Scythe Transport. 3 awesome sets, and they were actually revealed very quickly after they actually appeared on screens. Let's look at the Book of Boba Fett then, to contrast. It finished in February, and we're still waiting on a 3rd Book of Boba Fett set. It begs the question, why won't Lego cash in on the Book of Boba Fett? Did they just not like the story that Star Wars created? Was it because it was the least popular Star Wars live action series? Or did they not feel like there were enough sets to create? Let's explore those ideas. The first of those 3 ideas is the idea that Lego simply didn't like the story that they told in the Book of Boba Fett, so they did the bare minimum. They included Boba Fett in the Throne Room and Mando in the Starfighter and decided, yep, let's call it a day, we've done the main 2 things, we'll be fine. To me, this really feels like the least likely option. There was a theory, I do remember, when The Rise of Skywalker came out, the Lego designers really didn't like it, and that's why they refused to do the Duel and X-Call set. Now, we're still waiting for that set, I'd love for that to happen, but to be fair to them, they did do quite a few sets for The Rise of Skywalker, so I don't think it was the fact that they didn't like it, but I suppose there is still that theory, but to me, this feels like the least likely option. I don't think this is why. However, I think the second reason I mentioned is a much stronger contender, the idea that the Book of Boba Fett just kind of crashed compared to the other Star Wars series. Now, don't get me wrong, I don't mean crash as in it was terrible, I hated it. To be honest, I mildly enjoyed it, you know, I thought it was great, they had some great moments, especially with Mando and Grogu, the bits with them in, but to me that felt like The Mandalorian Season 2.5. The actual Boba Fett storyline that I mentioned at the start really wasn't that strong from a storytelling point of view, and I just found it a little bit meh. So perhaps Lego picked up on that and decided, you know what, let's do 2 sets, call it a day, and move on to Kenobi, which obviously people were a lot more excited for. That may explain why the Book of Boba Fett didn't get that many sets after its release, but that doesn't really explain why when they were given the concept art, they only made the 2 sets, so I think there's some more explaining to do. This third reason, I honestly think, combined with the second one, is the full picture of why Lego didn't really cash in that much on the Book of Boba Fett, and that is this. The actual setting of the Book of Boba Fett was predominantly on Kashyyyk. Obviously you have that... Kashyyyk? Kashyyyk? Not Kashyyyk, Tatooine, oh dear, it's been a long day. Cut me some slack here, people. As I was saying, I think the Boba Fett storyline was really samey in terms of the location. Like, Boba Fett comes out the Sarlacc pit, he travels across the desert and more desert, and as Anakin says...
I don't like sand.
To be honest, I don't think the Lego designers like sand either, because there's really not that much you can build out of it. So it's not going to look too similar to the Boba Fett's Throne Room or the Mos Eisley. Like, we've already got some awesome Tatooine-themed sets on shelves, so I suppose in the Lego designers' mind, they don't really need to do any more. Perhaps we could have them in future, but to me the location was really samey and it didn't give the Lego designers much to work with. To me, those 3 reasons really explain why I don't think Lego cashed in enough on the Book of Boba Fett, but the final reason, there is another, it is these 2 sets right here. Here we have the Slave one. This is based off the Mandalorian Season 2. However, it's identical to how we see it in the Book of Boba Fett. While the Boba Fett helmet did change a little bit, we still have a Boba Fett helmet on shelves. Both of these were extended so that they would be there when the series was coming out, and I think that's what Lego did very well, because now you have these 2 sets here, we have the new ones being the Mando N1 Starfighter and the Boba Fett Throne Room. Combine those 4 together, you do have a mini Lego Book of Boba Fett wave. Yes, it might not have been the one we were hoping for, but I don't think Lego hates the Book of Boba Fett that much. But that doesn't mean I think Lego have done everything that they could have done based off the Book of Boba Fett. I really think it was underused in the Lego theme, so that's why I did this video here, showcasing all of my Book of Boba Fett set ideas. Go and check that out right now. Hope you all have a wonderful day. Watch that video. Goodbye.